Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for December 15th, 2021. Thanks to the annual pass holders Walt Disney World group on Facebook, we were able to see emergency vehicles driving down Main Street at the Magic Kingdom and towards Liberty Square. This is obviously something that does not happen often, if ever, because there was reports of a fire last night. Smoke was reportedly seen on the left-hand side of Cinderella Castle. Disney eventually released an official statement saying, quote, "There was a small fire in Magic Kingdom. The fire was quickly extinguished by fire extinguishers. No one was hurt." The confirmation was that the small fire occurred in a mulch area near Cinderella Castle in the moat. It was reportedly put out with a single fire extinguisher. A security guard was reportedly transported from the scene after inhaling fumes from one of the extinguishers. Supposedly he's fine, which is great. Very minor thing. What the real story here is that this is just one of those things you never see. This is one of those things you'll never forget, is that the fact that a bunch of fire trucks drove down Main Street, USA at the Magic Kingdom. It's a weird, wild thing to see. California-based Walt Disney Imagineers who did not submit a decision about relocating to Lake Nona, Florida, are now receiving automated messages from Disney Human Resources regarding their employment status. John Wiseman, a California-based Imagineer, tweeted about the message that he received. He tweeted, quote, "Looks like I'm going to need a new job." In the message, Disney Human Resources stated that they assume he won't be relocating to Lake Nona after not submitting a decision by the deadline. According to Wiseman, they had a 90-day deadline to decide whether or not he would make the move from California to Lake Nona in order to keep his job at Imagineering. The message goes on to say, quote, "We know this was a difficult decision and encourage you to continue to have conversations with your leader on the next steps." The Lake Nona, Florida campus will eventually house Walt Disney Imagineers and more professionals in the Disney Parks, Experiences, and Products division who are not fully dedicated to Disneyland. The move to Lake Nona is expected to take place over the next few years. Another Walt Disney World monorail has been refurbished and is back on the tracks welcoming guests. Monorail Yellow has returned to service, showing off a refreshed look in line with the other monorails we've seen since the fleet went back into operation. Here we see it pulling into the station at the Transportation and Ticket Center. As we've seen on a number of monorails, Yellow now sports a new Delta. In this case, the Delta is black, eerily matching the caution markers on the platform. Meanwhile, the exterior looks clean and ready for the next leg of the journey. The interior also has undergone some aesthetic improvements, similar to the other members of the fleet. The bench seating on each of the far ends of the cabin features the classic Walt Disney World logo of Mickey Mouse's head inside a D, with the Monorail Yellow and Walt Disney World monorail system in a font reminiscent of the early days of Epcot. And above now, there's a yellow stripe that runs the perimeter of the cabin. Nice to see another monorail refreshed. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind has begun early ride testing as it continues to progress on track towards that summer 2022 grand opening at Epcot. Walt Disney World President Jeff Volley reported participating in one such early test ride in an Instagram post. Quote, "After getting an update on the latest progress in an early test ride on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, I have 3 words. It is awesome. Thank you to the teams at Walt Disney Imagineering and Walt Disney World who are bringing this amazing attraction to life. I'm looking forward to seeing the finishing touches over the next several months and can't wait for you to get a look when it opens at Epcot next summer as part of the park's transformation." This indicates that the preliminary safety tests have been completed if they have moved on to ride tests with actual humans on board. However, we aren't likely to see cast members or guests permitted to ride until closer to the opening date, which still has not been announced at this point. But we're only just a couple months away from this thing finally opening. It's been a long time, several years. We're finally going to get to ride this thing. The next Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival will run from March 2nd, 2022 through July 4th, 2022. Since the festival is taking place during the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary celebration, a new main entrance topiary display will feature Goofy and a 50th anniversary themed birthday cake. Other favorite Disney character topiaries will include Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs at the Germany Pavilion and Lumiere and Cogsworth welcoming you to the recently expanded France Pavilion. Gardeners will marvel at thousands of blooms forming colorful living panoramas all around Epcot, and the entire family can experience the Healthful Trail presented by Advent Health along the Imagination Walkway to learn tips for staying well. Fresh flavors are on the menu at the festival's 18 outdoor kitchens, as well as other food and beverage locations around Epcot, offering a fresh selection of springtime fruits, vegetables, desserts, and more. The popular Garden Rocks concert series will return in 2022, featuring favorite tunes at the America Gardens Theater. More details about the musicians playing at Epcot during the festival will be released soon. You'll also find blooming keepsakes, including vibrant apparel, drinkware, accessories, and more, with new merchandise collections launching just in time for the event. To experience the International Flower and Garden Festival, you must have both a valid admission and a park reservation for Epcot on the same day. And we still have to say that because it's ridiculous. Drivers should find it easier to get around the Epcot area of Walt Disney World, as an off-ramp from Epcot Center Drive has reopened to traffic. This finally allows me to drive home and it not be a 20-minute drive. It's very exciting. It serves as the southbound exit onto World Drive, and previously this section of road has been closed since the summer as part of a large refurbishment of the overpasses in this area. But now you can once again take this, whether it be to Epcot or whether it be to leave Disney World property. It's open once again. We've been staring at the edge of the water, waiting to see how the journey of water at Epcot has been coming along. In just a matter of days, things have quite visibly changed since our last visit. From the Walt Disney World Monorail, we can see a number of tents and what look like picnic tables set up just steps away from the area, likely serving as a rest area for construction workers. And looking closer to World Celebration, wall panels have been erected, noting the outline of a future structure. Dirt has been smoothed out. There's large ditches. We're seeing a lot of visible progress finally on this project. We still don't have an opening date for the Moana Journey of Water, but it does look like they are finally starting to speed up all of these Epcot construction projects. For those who like the style of the Luxe logo collection for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary but didn't want to spend $225 on a mini ear headband, a new option has arrived. It's the black mini ear headband. I know it's very descriptive. It's now available. The ears have the 50th anniversary logo and Cinderella Castle embossed onto a leather-like fabric. The bow is black velvet, accented with gold sparkles, and the Walt Disney World word mark with a 50 is sewn onto the headband itself. Color-wise, it appears to be a reversal of the Loungefly ear headband, which was gold with a black bow. The headband retails for $39.99. We found it at the Creation Shop in Epcot. Early Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser voyages are beginning to open up once again. The first 3 months were initially sold out, but it seems some guests are canceling as they reach the 90-day deadline to pay in full. 2 sailings are currently available in March of 2022. That's the opening month. And 1 is available in April, and 7 are now available in May. Yeah, 7. The late June voyages, as well as all of July and August are still available as well. This is maybe you priced it too high, or maybe the previews have not been great. Maybe it's some combination of those things. I will tell you, I know everyone likes when Tom rants and hates things. Galactic Star Cruiser has legitimately been like the one project of the last 5 years that I've been excited about because it changes the industry forever. It's something, no one's done anything completely new in decades in the theme park industry. There's like rides and restaurants and shows, like those are normal things, but a hotel where you're locked into an experience that takes you to another place in time and world is a really cool concept. And I really hope it succeeds. But maybe the ball has been dropped as far as these previews go and as far as the pricing. We'll have to see what happens. Obviously, we will be there on the first few voyages to bring you what it all looks like, so stay tuned for that. We're only a couple weeks away at this point. It's closing in fast. A new holiday cocktail is currently available at the Tune-In Lounge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Tune-In Lounge is attached to the 50s Primetime Cafe. There's no signage for the drinks. You have to know to order it, but it's a caramel syrup, apple pucker, Stoli vanilla ice cream mix with a peppermint rim. It costs $14.95 in the review on our website. A mural featuring the latest film from Walt Disney Animation Studios' Encanto has been added to the Discovery Island stage at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The stage is not accessible to guests, with many planters creating a barricade. Yeah, perfect for a backdrop. That's what you want. The mural looks like it could have been, again, a background for a photo op, but for whatever reason it ended up here, and you can't take photos with it. But you can get a photo of it from far away if you want. It's weird. Do you like donuts? Do you like bagels? Of course you like both of those things. They're great, unless you're in Florida. Both of them are terrible here. But could you survive a mashup of the two? Well, over at Everglazed Donuts and Cold Brew at Disney Springs, they've made an attempt to find out. The donut shop has debuted the Everything Donut, a collision of sweet and savory. It features their classic glazed donut, get this, topped with a buttercream frosting made with cream cheese and Boursin chive cheese, sprinkled with everything bagel seasoning and chives. If you're feeling brave, you can get the treat for $6.50. Did we like it? You got to go to WDWNT.com to find out. That is weird. I do like Everglades, though. They have good stuff. In 2022, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge will be getting a new neighbor. According to WDW Magic Forums user Dan LB2000, permits have been filed for the construction of the 35-acre WaterStar Orlando project, which will extend to the opposite side of Osceola Parkway, facing the Walt Disney World Resort Hotel's parking lot. Back when the project from Equinox Development was announced in 2019, Orlando Business Journal reported that WaterStar Orlando will be mixed use, incorporating retail and dining options along with 320 residential spaces. While the residential section will come close to Animal Kingdom Lodge, the main entrance will be located on Erlo Bronson Memorial Highway across from the Margaritaville Resort Orlando. The back end of the project, though, will likely be visible from the main guest roadways leading between Jumbo House and Kidani Village. Project is expected to be completed sometime in 2022. I go to Sanaa a lot, and I've noticed the last year or two, as you drive, out of the resort at night, you can see 192, which is bizarre. Seeing those lights and everything from what has always felt like a very secluded resort. Not really visible from the resort itself, so not a huge issue, but it's interesting that how close this gets. There's not a lot of outside world that gets this close to Disney World property, or at least parts of it that actually operate with guests in it. So it's interesting to see. Southern California residents can now purchase discounted Disneyland Resort tickets, good for dates in the new year. The tickets are on sale now. Locals can purchase a 3-day single park ticket for $199 and a 3-day park hopper ticket for $259. These tickets can be used from January 3rd through May 26, 2022. They'll only be usable on weekdays, Monday through Friday. Disney Visa card holders can take advantage of discounted rooms at the Disneyland Resort hotels most nights, again, from January 3rd through April 7th, 2022. Card members will be able to save 30% off on premium rooms at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, 25% off premium rooms at the Disneyland Hotel, and 15% off premium rooms at Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel. Guests must book before March 18th and travel before April 8th. Premium room types included are premium, deluxe, and wood/garden/courtyard rooms, select concierge, artisan, paradise junior, and family suites. The offer is not valid on previously booked rooms and is subject to availability. And there's a limit of 2 rooms per reservation, and occupancy restrictions apply. The offer cannot be combined with any other discounts. Fans of the prequel era will be happy to know they can now take home their very own B-1 Battle Droid. First seen in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, these quirky units quickly became fan favorites. The droid even utters some humorous quotes such as, that doesn't compute, wait, you're under arrest, and the iconic, Roger, Roger. Its head is even interchangeable with C-3PO, as you may remember in Episode 2, C-3PO accidentally gets, his head welded onto one of these guys. The droid costs $74.99. I need to have one. I must have one. Before Mickey's Toontown closes for its major reimagining in March of 2022, guests can celebrate special occasions in Mickey's house with a private 90-minute party. This Celebrate experience is available from January 19th through March 6th of next year. The gatherings are $350 for up to 10 guests, and Disney does all the party planning. Guests at these celebrations will, quote, take a group photo with Mickey Mouse, receive complimentary downloads of Disney PhotoPass digital photos taken during the event. They'll decorate cupcakes, participate in hands-on crafts and games designed to delight little ones and grown-ups alike, and get quicker entry to Gadget's Go Coaster at the end of your celebration. That's weird. This experience is limited to 10 guests total per group, including infants, and at least one person in the party must be 18 years of age or older and must accompany all children in the experience for the duration of the experience. Basically, what Disney is telling you is this is not a babysitting service. You can't just leave your kids at Mickey's house and then, go drink at Oga's. When visiting Mickey's house, strollers must be parked outside, and the experience is wheelchair accessible, and guests with special dietary requests should discuss their needs once they arrive at the location. No discounts are applied. What I think is interesting about this, my theory with this is a test, right? Toontown is closing probably for several months, if not a year. So why test this for 2 months? The reasoning being, I assume it's a test for after Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opens, because if anything seems out of place in that offering, it's the fact that you can skip the line at Gadget's Go Coaster, which doesn't necessarily always have a very long line. I think it's a test to see if that really works, if you can usher people to an attraction and skip the line. Obviously, you could charge more for this if you skip the line at a brand new attraction in 2023 called Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I assume this will come back more expensive when that attraction opens. That's my theory. One of the cornerstones of traveling anywhere is, of course, to bring back souvenirs for yourself and friends. And in Japan, this is expressed through the custom of bringing home omiyagi, usually small trinkets or treats that can be easily distributed to friends and family. Tokyo Disney Resort typically delivers with dozens of choices from Mickey Mouse-shaped Pocky to instant ramen packages, but due to sudden sharp increases in park capacity, the resort is running severely low on these treats and has decided to take drastic measures. In fact, starting December 14th, all prepackaged snacks will only be sold via Tokyo Disney Resort app's shopping function to guests holding a same-day park ticket. A limit of one item per person will be enforced. No prepackaged snacks will be sold inside the parks or at the hotels until further notice, and snacks have not been sold at Bon Voyage since mid-November. The shortage is due to a staggering hike in park capacity since the endless chain of state of emergencies have come to an end on September 30th. Since then, park capacity has been allowed to be raised up to 100% by the government, although the resort is not yet operating at that capacity just yet, mostly due to cast member shortages and other logistical concerns alongside mandatory COVID-19 mitigation strategies. So this is a weird, wacky story that just, if you've ever been, there are entire stores at Tokyo Disney Resort that just sell omiyagi, that just sell these little food gifts you can give to people. And the packaging is usually incredible. Sometimes the treats are too. So it is weird and wild that they're just not going to be at the resort for a while. That's crazy. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next trip. The best part, their services are free. If you need help booking any of those Disneyland resort discounts, they're great at that too. Hotel, park tickets, dining, and more. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, the official travel agency of WDWNT. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show, as well as our other shows. By the way, Timekeeping is back. Tuesday night, we aired the 2009 episode where we revisited the American Idol experience, the Kim Possible World Showcase adventure. Lots of cool stuff there. And as well, on Thursday nights at 9, don't forget about WDW News Tonight. This week, our very special Christmas episode with Tony Ragu himself from Tony's Town Square Restaurant. Make sure you tune in Thursday at 9. It's going to be a fun one. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Say goodbye. Joe, Tony. WDWNT presents Timekeeping, a year-by-year journey through the history of the vacation kingdom of the world. Join us for the premiere Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern or watch on demand anytime on the WDW News Today YouTube channel.